production of Frankenstein, presented by the Modern Prometheans. Please take a moment to silence all electronic devices. Thank you. We appreciate your support.
Victor, if I want you dead, I'll do it with my own hands. The storm will be on us soon. It seems we'll be here for the night.
Can't keep you here.
Or you can leave if you wish. But the storm will kill you before you reach the bottom of the mountain. So why don't we set aside some of the anger between us for a moment?
You expect civility?
Two men cannot be civil to one another?
Two men, yes. You are not a man. You are...
I am nothing but what I was made to be! Just speak with me, Victor.
About what?
About you, about me! About anything. You are the only creature in the world who understands who I am, what I am. I'm alone, in a world full of people, a prisoner inside my own mind.
I was not expecting you to be so well-spoken.
We make presumptions.
We do.
And these presumptions very easily turn to hate. You hate me.
Yes, I do.
Without knowing me, without speaking to me before this moment, you hate me.
Have you not earned my hate?
Oh, I am not innocent. But I am not the monster you believe me to be. My heart is not immune to love. I could be changed. You could change me, Victor. Are you willing to try?
Like I said, you can't leave.
This should help keep you warm.
Do we have enough firewood to last the night?
We should.
I do not like the dark.
Are you afraid?
Yes. These days I am. I have to sleep with a lantern beside me.
And what do you fear is in the dark?
You.
You're not always so afraid.
No. When I was a child, I used to play in the dark.
Victor!
I would hide, and Elizabeth would try to find me.
Victor, where are you? I know you're out there.
Who is she?
Elizabeth, my companion, my heart.
There you are. You can't hide from me forever, cousin. Now you count to 10 and come find me.
You were children together.
Yes. I was 7 when she came to us. She was the daughter of Italian nobility, orphaned and left with nothing. My mother and father brought her here all the way back to Geneva.
Come here, Victor.
Yes, Papa.
This poor girl has been through so much in her short life. Do you understand?
Yes.
She needs our help. She needs your help. Will you take care of her?
Of course.
You must love her like she is your own. We give her to you.
It's not what he meant, but it's what he said. And I took those words to my childish heart.
Given to you.
In a way, yes.
She is your property.
No, when you love someone, you care of her.
And you love her.
From the first moment I saw her.
What does love look like?
What?
What does it look like for one person to love another?
When you love someone, you care for them. You make sure you're there when they need you.
And does she not need you right now? Your family is in crisis, in mourning, and yet you have left them.
It's not fair.
I'm simply asking questions.
These are not questions, these are accusations.
Do you feel guilty, Victor?
Should I?
Oh, I cannot speak to the contents of your heart. Perhaps you should feel guilt. Whether you do or not, let me say,
I am not to blame for what has happened to my family.
they see it that way.
All I ever wanted to do was to help them, to help everyone.
Help them how?
All I ever wanted was to battle against that horror, that fiend, that miserly, cruel beast that rules over us all.
Who?
Death. Death. Inescapable, inevitable. From the moment we are born, we are doomed. Why must it be this way?
And this is for you to decide.
It is for me to vanquish. Or it was. We were not yet adults when this doom came to us for the first time.
It's my fault.
No longer children. No longer innocent.
It's all my fault.
Don't say that.
It's the truth.
We didn't do anything wrong.
And nothing I can do will bring her back.
Elizabeth had fallen ill with scarlet fever. She was quarantined for a week, but my mother could not stand to leave her alone any longer. She nursed Elizabeth back to health. And as Elizabeth got better, my mother got worse.
I killed her.
Elizabeth.
She's dead. She's dead, Victor, and that's on me. On my heart, on my soul. I must carry her death with me for the rest of my life.
It's not fair.
Life is not fair, cousin. I have lost 3 parents now.
It's too much.
That's what we must endure. We have no choice.
Don't we?
No, cousin. I have seen enough death to know it is absolute.
But I refused to believe it. The night of my mother's death, a furious storm rolled off of Lake Geneva. It felt like wrath, like rage. Winds blew down fences and walls. Rain swept down the streets, dragging animals down to the lake. It was death itself. Death, gloating and preening, showing off his power. I stood out in the storm. I let the rain soak me through, let the winds buffet me. Part of me wanted to die that night, even as young as I was. I stood out in the storm, and I dared death to take me. I was facing a tree that Elizabeth and I had played in our childhood, a giant oak, a dozen meters tall. And as I watched, a bolt of lightning ripped through it, splitting it down the center. There was a tremendous explosion, and the fiery blast blinded me for a moment. When my vision cleared, I saw that it had become nothing but a blackened husk, dead. And yet, as I got close, I saw that inside the shell, a fire still smoldered. Its heart still burned. And I heard a voice speak to me then. It said that death was not the end. It could be conquered. It could be reversed. And I would do it.
I'm sorry about your mother.
I don't want to hear that from you.
I cannot offer condolences.
No. You are the last person, the last thing on earth I want to hear condolences from.
You should not keep such a bitterness in your heart. It will kill you.
I should be so lucky.
I need to speak with you, Victor.
Something wrong?
Everything is wrong. Everything. It's time we start setting things right again.
What do you mean?
It's been almost a year.
No.
A year later, and we're all just stuck here, like it happened yesterday.
I'm not just going to forget about my mother.
I'm not saying that.
But what? You want me to move on?
We have to live.
Maybe you can, but I can't. You could just remarry, start over again, find someone.
She was your mother, but before that, she was my wife. Do not ever forget that. I've loved her longer than you've been alive. We should have had 40 more years together. I may never be whole again. But do you really think she would have wanted us to live the rest of our lives in mourning? Do you think she would have wanted us to just give up? Oh, I know you're hurting. I honestly don't know if that pain will ever go away. But we have to live, son. We have to keep going.
So what do we do?
It's time for you to go away for school.
What?
You're almost 18. You need a good education.
No,
Victor.
No. Moving on? I get it. I'll do it. You can't send me away. You can't.
This is for the best.
How is sending me away from my family for the best?
This isn't a punishment, it's an opportunity.
I don't want it.
I'm not giving you a choice.
I'm old enough to make my own decisions.
Being old enough to make one's own decisions does not mean you've lived long enough to make the right ones, son. I don't want to force you out of this house, but this is the time of your life where you need to expand your world. You're going to do great things, Victor, great things.
Father, please.
They'll be expecting you in Ingolstadt.
Germany?
It's a wonderful school.
It's days and days away.
You'll be able to gain perspective.
And who will take care of the home? Who will take care of you?
You'll be leaving in 2 days. I promise you, this is for the best. I promise.
You're sending me away.
I know.
I won't go.
I know.
You think I should?
I think he's right.
All the way to Germany?
Why, that's beautiful.
It's beautiful here.
And you can get the education you need.
I could get it later.
You need it now.
I can't leave.
The home will be here.
What about you?
I will be here. I will be here for you.
Elizabeth, there's something I need to tell you. Something I've known for a long time now. Something I should have said already.
No. Yes, I know. And I feel it too. With everything I am, with everything I have. You don't say nothing. I can't hear you say it and then watch you leave. So go and do what you need to do. And when you come back, then you can say it. And I'll say it too.
Surely you were hurt by all of this.
Yes.
And yet you have no ill will towards him.
No, none at all.
You don't understand.
What?
These people have hurt you in some way.
Life is not without pain. It is part of the human experience.
Someone can hurt you and you can still love them, yet people hate me just by looking at me.
They do not hate you. They fear you.
Because of how I look.
Yes.
Because of how you made me.
I do not pretend that.
And yet it remains so.
And what would they know if they knew more? That you're just as horrible a fiend as they suspected? Worse.
No, I have a mind, feelings, a soul, if such a thing exists.
I doubt that. My research had nothing to do with souls.
Did you hear the one about the single fish who lived after the rest of his school was eaten by sharks?
God, no.
He was the sole survivor.
Oh, good Lord, that is terrible. Where did you hear that?
Oh, it was etched in Latin on the tombstone of an ancient Latin joke maker.
That's not true.
Well, no. I figured it was a better story than saying I heard it from Rita after I bent her over in the tool shed.
Henry Clerval. Besides Elizabeth, my oldest and dearest friend, and the least serious person I know. Wait, were you the barmaid?
Yes, sir.
The one called Missing Teeth.
She's a very sweet lady.
She's old enough to be your mother.
I'm reasonably sure she's not my mother.
You're disgusting.
Oh, but you love me, Vicky.
Yeah, it gets better.
I feel like I hear that statement at least once a year.
So you come to say goodbye before I'm shipped off to Germany?
Absolutely not. I'm coming with you.
I'm sorry?
My bags are all packed. The coach is all ready.
You're serious.
For perhaps the first time in my entire life. And already, my head, it's aching. Is this what being serious feels like?
I'm afraid so.
It's horrible.
Your father's letting you go?
My father packed my bags himself.
I thought you were going to run his hotel.
The only thing that he and I can agree on is the absolute fact that I would immediately run that grand place straight into the ground.
But it's off to Germany. What will you do?
I figure I'll take in the local sites. Maybe I'll enroll in university.
What on earth would you study?
philosophy, poetry, ancient Latin jokes.
Well, at least you'll be aiming towards something useful.
It's always been my life goal, sir, to always be useful.
Was it your idea for Henry to join me?
Well, I was speaking with Henry's father about you going away to school, and he immediately volunteered his son to go along with you.
That sounds about right.
I think it'd be good for you to have Henry so close.
Although I can't say I'll be much of a help to his studies.
Well, I can't believe my studies.
Oh, is that an offer to send money for a monthly beer budget?
I'm beginning to have second thoughts.
Too late for that. I'm getting picky and I measured for labor. Late to me.
Come on, Henry. Let's finish packing your coach.
Don't worry about him, Elliot. I promise. I'll take him.
You better.
This is it.
For now.
I'll be back for Christmas.
I know.
I think I'm saying it as much for my benefit as for yours.
You'll be done before you want it. Better go off and make me proud. Do something amazing. Go change the world.
You really think I can?
I know it. You are the most amazing person, Victor. You can do absolutely anything. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I won't let you down.
And Victor, whatever you do, don't stop writing to me. Don't you dare stop writing.
All this love in your life,
I'm a lucky man.
and yet it was not enough.
What?
You weren't satisfied, you needed more.
My research was not the result of a lack of love or a lack of happiness.
Then what was missing in your life that led you down this path that normal people do not try to play God? What's so funny?
What the hell do you know about normal?
I suppose neither of us are a good judge of the law.
I suppose the only thing we can judge is one another.
Ingolstadt is where you conducted your research, your experiments.
I'm very eager to hear all this.
Is that so surprising? Aren't all children curious about where they come from?
You are no child.
I'm not even a year old!
You are not a child, and I am not your father.
Then what am I?
A mistake.
Would Elizabeth ever believe you could be so cruel?
What you talk about her? Don't even say her name.
It is a beautiful name.
Yes, it is.
I do wish I had one.
One what?
A name.
Oh.
Did you ever have one for me?
No.
No.
You do not name experiments.
Of course.
It's nothing personal.
Of course not. Nothing is personal with you.
It's not fair. You don't know me.
Oh, I know enough.
You know not a thing about me.
Humans name their children before birth. They name their dogs, they name everything. You might be the only person on Earth who could create a human being from scratch and not even bother to name it.
Oh, go to hell.
You will
Hey,
not-
do you want to hear this or not? Because I can just sit here and not say a word until the storm passes. I've been educating myself for years prior to arriving at the university, but due to my unique interests, my studies were not entirely typical. When I arrived at Ingolstadt, I soon found the head of the science department and his great disdain for my former studies. I stormed up his office shortly after.
Ah, I see you've met Professor Kraig.
He's a fool.
Well, he is the head of this department.
Have fools never been given promotions?
This is a good point. But he is also my superior, so I couldn't say such things. Not so close to his office, anyway. My name is Professor Fortin. I lecture on anatomy.
Victor Frankenstein.
Ah, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance like this thing. Now, tell me, what was the source of your disagreement with the esteemed Professor Kraig?
You told me my previous studies were useless.
Harsh words. What were you studying that bothered you?
Alchemy?
Ah, yes. That siren song that has brought so many brilliant minds. Even Isaac Newton devoted many years of his life to it.
Really?
Absolutely. But Frankenstein, even Newton, could not turn lead into gold. Do you believe you can?
No.
But Do you believe in the Philosopher's Stone?
Of course not.
So what is it that draws you outside the normal confines of science?
It's...
Don't worry, Frankenstein, I've heard it all before. The fountain of youth, the cure for cancer. Perhaps you wish to transplant organs, huh?
I believe we can bring dead things back to life.
All right. That is new. To what end?
Pardon?
Well, you wish to turn the dead into the living. Animals? People?
Couldn't one find a process that worked for both?
Of course, of course. It is an interesting thought experiment.
I wish to do more than think.
Well, Frankenstein, I suggest you put away the alchemy and pick up chemistry, mathematics. Expand your knowledge to the natural sciences. If your talent matches your ambition, then I have no doubt you shall do great things. But you can raise the dead, well, I promise to keep an open mind. I don't know that I am smarter than Professor Kraig, but I can certainly open my mind a little while.
It was enough. Enough to be acknowledged and respected, to not be laughed at in the school for my ambitions. I spent the next 4 years diving deeply into my studies, absorbing the material, reading everything I could get my hands on.
And all the while, working on your pet project.
Yes. 2 years in, I began making real progress, at least with the theory. As I approached the end of my 4th year, I began doing practical experiments. The most difficult part of the process was creating a chemical formula. A formula that, once injected, could stop putrefaction, rejuvenate dead tissue. That was the key. I tweaked the formula hundreds of times.
The formula? What is the formula?
I will not say.
Victor, please. Please, I need to know.
Absolutely not.
Well, tell me.
Never.
You would keep from me the secret of my creation?
I would gladly die to keep that secret. It dies with me. My research was a mistake, and I will ensure that no one ever makes it again.
Do you doubt my power? Do you doubt my anger?
No. If you mean to kill me, then do it. But don't bother threatening my life. All I will give you is my story. I've been working closely with Professor Walden, even sharing my more personal research with him. I was working on animal tissue, restoring dead things to a state where it might be possible to breathe life back into them. When I was ready to take the next step, I invited him to witness it.
Good evening, Frankenstein. All these months, these years, and I am just now seeing your home. It's a laboratory.
There's a bed in the corner.
Do you never leave your work behind, Victor?
My work is my life.
Yes, but a man must have balance.
If I had balance, you wouldn't be here tonight, bearing witness to what I'm about to show you.
Well, I am curious, of course, but Victor, I'm concerned that your dedication is bordering on obsession.
Call it obsession if I fail. Call it genius if I succeed. They would have called me obsessed.
And he was. And he died alone.
And he changed the world, as will I. I'd like you to look at the container on the table.
It looks like a frog. Is it?
But it's dead.
Did you kill it?
It was necessary to ensure a clean sample, a sample that expired without trauma.
I'm sure that's not how the frogs eat.
The subject has been expired for 3 hours now. 1 hour after expiration, a vacuum pump was used to circulate 10 centiliters of solution matter through the subject.
And this solution does what exactly?
It stops putrefaction.
You're certain?
At least it stops it for a time. I should have a window of another hour or so to complete the experiment.
Victor,
Yes.
I have no doubt that you are an incredibly talented young man. Even without this experiment, you have much to be proud of in your studies. Even without this experiment, you will doubtlessly go on to do great things.
Are you saying I'm not capable of this?
No, I'm worried that you are. Victor, I'm deeply concerned that what you are doing, what you are attempting to do, It's against the natural order of things.
We will change the natural order. I know you're scared. I know. You're only scared because this is so important, so momentous. Fear is completely natural, but we cannot allow fear to defeat us. We must be greater, stronger. We must rise above the weaknesses built within us to become something altogether different. I'm going to show you a miracle. A miracle not of magic, but of logic. They say Jesus brought the dead back to life. Let's see how special he really was. In 3,
Victor! Oh my God!
2,
God help us!
1, now!
Did it live?
Yes. Its body spasmed and shook. It screamed, if such a creature can do so. But it did live.
Then what did you do?
I killed it.
Of course.
I panicked.
Of course you did. You thought nothing of the consequences and it terrified you.
The results were both expected and surprising.
You had no idea what you were really doing, the significance? To you it was just mixing chemicals into a beaker to that creature. It was a nightmare.
I only ever meant to help. I only ever meant to do some good in the world.
Oh, that poor little frog died twice for your good intentions. And what of Professor Waldman?
I saw him less and less after that. I was finishing up my studies at the university, and as they began to come to a close, my real research intensified.
My dear Victor,
I began to burrow deeper and deeper into my work.
my friend, my cousin, why I hear from you less and less.
I could feel the hands of an unseen clock spinning faster and faster.
I know your work is important, but I do wish you would share it with me.
The outside world began growing dimmer in my eyes. Home felt further and further away.
I miss you, Victor. I miss our conversations. I miss hearing your mind.
I could no longer have anyone enter my laboratory. There was no hiding the materials.
The human remains.
Oh, I long to hold you in my arms. If only I could be there with you.
What could I tell them they could possibly understand? They would only see the horror, not the potential.
Please write. Please answer.
Eventually, I stopped opening the letters. It became too painful to read, too distracting to write back.
As always.
Why did you not seek to collaborate with others, share the workload?
It's complicated.
Oh, I doubt it.
I knew that what I was doing was ethically dubious.
It almost sounds like a conscience.
I knew that once the results of my research became public, there would be those who would not understand. They would be angry.
Of course they would.
Their fear would blind them, keep them from seeing what I've done.
And what have you done in your mind? Play God?
I've done even better. It took millions of years for mankind to evolve into what it is today, with all its flaws and weaknesses. I alone have created something greater, stronger. I have done what evolution could not.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. We're almost done with your part of this. Tell me about how did you refer to them? The materials.
I want to talk about it.
That's too bad! I have been exceedingly patient, but my patience is not endless, and you are testing it greatly. I did not ask to be created. I had no say in this decision. But I'm here. I exist. And I deserve to know. Do you understand that?
In my work at the university, we often used cadavers. I reached out to the men who provided the materials, cadavers, and I paid them to deliver to my lab.
Did they question your need of them?
Money talks. I did not ask, and neither did they. They simply brought new specimens and took away what I did not need.
The leftovers.
I was meticulous in sourcing my materials, searching for strong features, symmetry, exemplary form, taking only the very best for preservation.
And I was built entirely this way.
No, not quite. I could easily preserve major muscle groups, organs, even skin, but I had great difficulty in obtaining a brain. The brain tissue just deteriorates too quickly after death. None of my specimens were fresh enough.
What did you do?
I reached out to the men, the grave robbers. One of them said if I paid a little extra, he might be able to arrange something. It was barely a week later that he came calling. The moon was full that night. The sky was cloudless. There was a howling wind running through the streets. The grave robber and I spoke very little as we rode in the coach together. We traveled outside of the city to a small hovel, a peasant shack. The only inhabitants were a mother and her teenage son. They had nothing, no money, barely any food. She babbled, she cried, begged for help to son. He'd been injured in a tremendous fall, both legs broken, grievous internal injuries. There was no saving him. It had only been a day, and he was already delirious. If the fever got much higher, it would compromise the brain, so I had to work quickly.
Tell me.
He was ranting, screaming. The grave robber took the mother out of the room as I set to work. I gave the boy a very large dose of sedatives. Enough to put him under, but not enough to kill him. You understand? I had to keep him alive. I then prepared to collect the specimen. I had a jar full of solution atom already. Once I ensured the subject was unconscious, I made an incision across the subject's scalp.
My God.
I peeled the scalp away from the skull. Used a saw to remove the skull cap. I had to work quickly before he lost too much blood. With the skull cap removed, as well as removing a notch from the parietal and occipital bones, I made an incision through the spinal column, just below the atlas vertebra, and I removed the brain intact. Placed it in the jar and covered the boy back up with a sheet. The grave robber came and took the body, paying the poor woman for her pains.
She thought you were a doctor.
I am a doctor.
She thought you were there to save him.
There was no saving him. I've told you that already. He would have died in a few hours anyway, but I made his death mean something.
You're a murderer.
That's rich coming from you. I am not the first doctor to take a patient away from their pain. A mercy killing is not a murder. It is peace.
So now you had a brain.
Yes. And even in the solution, I could not guarantee that the brain would remain stable for long. So I had to work quickly.
Cousin,
Vicky.
Son,
Now more than ever, I had to focus.
you grow so distant.
the house grows quiet without you now.
Your friends.
Your family.
We need you. I need you.
Don't shut us out, Vicky.
Don't push it
I
away.
could not stop the progress of my work now.
We love you.
I miss you.
I miss you.
I hang on your every word.
How could they possibly understand?
Just a single word.
You don't answer the door.
You don't write.
I know I could go on without you, but is it so bad that I'd wait?
Vicky.
Vic,
I'm so close.
you're so far away.
On the verge, on the precipice, pushing myself further,
I worry
harder.
for you, for us.
Are you eating? Can you come up for air?
Day and night I worked. Endless
I
hours.
count the hours.
I saw the letters, heard the knocks at the door.
Where is my friend gone? Where?
Where?
I could see it taking shape, muscles connecting with ligaments, tendons, joints, blood vessels, nerves, taking shape, taking form, becoming.
Just tell us.
Please.
They begged me to see you.
The organs, the bones, the closer I got, the faster I worked. I could feel the fever rising. My own body trying to slow me down, but I would not listen. Even to that, not now. Not when the end was so near.
Be it right.
Please answer.
Please, anything. Anything.
And then it was done. Right in place, completely assembled and whole. All that was needed was a spark. There was an illness desperately gripping at me. I had not eaten in days, I think. There was too much to do in such a short time. I just had to get through it, had to finish. And then there was nothing to do but flip the switch. September 5th, it was done. The vacuum pump is circulating blood to the subject now. They should now be ready to receive the electric shock to bring it to life. The expected results are unknown. Priming the machine now. The machine is prepared. The subject is prepared. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. In 3, 2, 1. machine must have blown the fuses, perhaps. It seems the test was a failure. I can only hope that the subject, now that it is whole, can be preserved enough to try again. I'm so weak, I cannot go on. I have to.
Fear, my first thought, my first emotion. I awake in a cold sweat, my muscles spasming. I approach you and you scream and fall to the floor. I have thoughts. His, mine, our thoughts, one brain. But this voice feels outside of myself. It tells me that someone will come and think I've killed you, that I will be in trouble. I grab your cloak. There are letters inside, but I cannot read them. Not realizing what you are to me, I cover myself and run away. The city, oh, the city is terrifying. I approach a woman, trying to ask her for help, and she screams in my face. And suddenly, there are men coming towards me, shouting at me. I keep running and find myself in the middle of a dense forest. Finally, there is quiet. No lights, no fires, no people. I gather a pile of leaves and sleep my first wretched night. In the morning, I find a pond and see then how hideous I am, how you've made me. But what can I possibly do? I do not know why I am here. I do not know why I look this way. I keep wandering until I find a hut in the middle of the forest. I hear voices and crawl in a small shed connected to it. And it is here that I truly encounter humans.
Comment va-t-il?
Très malade, papa. Il transpire toujours beaucoup, il est très chaud.
Nein! Geh weg! Wo ist mein Vater? Wo ist er? Ich werde es gucken!
Je pense que c'était Léon. Je me demande à qui fait la parole.
J'espère qu'il vivra assez longtemps pour le dire.
An old man, his daughter, and a stranger she found in the woods. I understood none of it at the time. None of the words anyway, but I felt their affection immediately. The strong bond between father and daughter, and the growing affection she had for this mysterious young man. She nursed him back from the brink of death, but they still had no idea what had brought him here. They spoke only French. He spoke only German.
Il lui faudra au moins 2 semaines avant de pouvoir marcher, mais je ne peux pas arriver ça.
C'est long de se dire.
Oui.
C'est long pour apprendre un autre évident pour le français.
Oh, oui. Mais comment est-ce que...
Je commence avec quelque chose que je connais. Un objet. Commence avec la chaise.
Ah, une chaise.
Was?
Chaise. Ceci est une chaise. Chaise.
Stuhl?
Chair.
Chair. Chair. As they taught the young man, they unknowingly taught me as well. My mind was eager, and I picked it up even faster than he did. I spent the last days of summer learning this way, and at night, I walked the forest. I grew to love the night, the sounds of the animals, and most of all, the moon. The moon gazed down on me the same as it did on anyone. It did not judge me. It did not highlight my ugliness. It, too, is scarred. I walked that night, gathering things for myself and eventually for the beautiful creatures that live so close to me. I would leave these gifts in front of their door, and they in turn said they were being visited by a helpful spirit. Could a creature as horrifying as myself ever aspire to be anything better? I loved them, and I was happy to be their helpful spirit. We passed several months this way, but I found that I wanted more. I had all these new words in my mind, begging to leap out of my mouth, and I had no one to speak them to. And here were these people who had so much love inside them. Surely, if anyone could accept me and speak with me, it would be them. The old man was blind, so I knew he would not be able to judge my appearance. I waited for a day when both the young man and woman left the cabin, and then I made my move. Hello?
Hello? Is someone there?
Yes.
I do not recognize your voice. Are you a traveler?
I am. Yes, I am a traveler passing by these deep woods and anxious to warm my bones by a fire.
Oh yes, come in, please, please. I'm afraid you'll have to see yourself then, as I am blind. Please, friend, sit. There should be a chair next to the fire. Please, make yourself at home.
Friend.
Well, we don't have much, but what we do have, we are happy to share. All I ask in return is for an accounting of the world. What do you see out there?
Well, the snow is thick, a beautiful white carpet over the entire forest. Most of the trees have shed their leaves, and the animals have disappeared. It is quiet. So much more quiet and still than it was before.
I used to love the snow.
But now...
Oh, now I just sit here by the fire. And I try to keep myself busy. About the only thing that I do now that I did back then is carve. Does this look like a bird to you?
It's a raven.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I envy the birds, their flight. They are not bound to the earth. They are not bound to stay among the ugliness and sadness. They can simply take to wing, fly to somewhere more beautiful in an instant.
It is lovely to hear new words from a new voice. I've lived in this cabin for years and years, and I've heard so few new voices. You should take that little bird with you.
What? I don't...
I insist it would make me happy knowing it was appreciated by somebody who could see it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I hope we could be friends.
Of course, and I should hope for you to meet my daughter and the young man who lives with us. Oh, good, here they are now.
If you are a friend to me, sir, you must protect me.
What?
I am not a bad person. I am not a monster. You must tell them that.
Who are you?
I am nothing but a helpful spirit, sir. A soul in distress, please.
A helpful spirit? Oh, my.
Who the hell are you? Oh my God, no! Get out of me!
I ran and hid. I wept at my own wretched existence. If these loving people could not accept me, who possibly could? When morning came, I snuck back to the cabin and found it empty. They had fled. They had picked up their entire lives and ran just to get away from me.
And what did you do?
I burned the cabin to the ground. I had watched these people love one another in abundance. They loved through lean times, through hardship. They loved when others might find it impossible to do. And even they could find no love in their hearts for me. If I could not be accepted by them, then perhaps all of humanity is just as wretched. Reading the notes and letters I had pulled from your laboratory on that first night, I discovered who you were, and I found that you lived in Geneva.
After that night in the laboratory, it was several weeks before I fully regained consciousness.
You're awake! Oh, you're awake! What are you doing out of bed?
What are you doing here?
First you must get back to bed. Then you can ask some questions. Oh, if Elizabeth knew you were standing, she'd have my hide.
Is she here?
No. We've only just received letters. We've gotten half a dozen since you fell ill.
Half a dozen? What day is it?
It's October 12th.
God.
I found you on September 6th. There had been a hell of a storm the night before, and I wanted to make sure that you were all right. The wind must have blown the doors open and blown you over too. I found you on the floor.
Thank God.
Oh, lucky I did. Elizabeth would hunt me down if she knew that you groped with me so near.
Was she not how sick I've been?
No. To tell you the truth, I kept the worst from her. I don't want to scare you, Victor, but it was a little touch and go there at first. I thought I was going to lose you. It was fevers day after day. You were dehydrated. Had you stopped eating?
It's a bit blurry.
Well, don't do it again. Look, you're still way underweight. We'll just have to get you some of that famously unhealthy German cuisine to fatten you back up. Get a few dozen schnitzels in you and you'll be feeling good as new.
Thank you. And thank you for not telling her how bad it was. I don't want to worry her.
Oh, the ship has long since sailed, Vicky. She's worried. Your father's worried. Hell, I'm worried, and I barely even like you. But seriously, what the hell were you doing? You fell right off the face of the planet.
I was working. There were experiments. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
When you found me, was there anyone else in my room?
Another person? What, were you having a party?
I'm serious. Was I alone?
Yes, Victor, yes, it was just you.
Unfortunately, my illness did not end there. The fevers returned, and though it never got as bad as it was at first, it was still several months before I fully recovered. Perhaps the only good thing about my convalescence was getting back to writing letters. At Henry's insistence at first, but soon it became my own joy to get letters from home. I'd almost forgotten how much love I'd left behind. My father, my young brother William, and of course, my Elizabeth. Finally, I was well enough to travel, and as Henry and I packed the last of my things, I received one last visit.
Knock.
Is the coach ready?
Not quite. I'm popping in to let you know that you have a gentleman caller.
I don't know if I'm in much mood to entertain suitors.
Oh, he's probably too old for you anyway.
I was always a fan of the distinguished type.
Well, that puts me right out then, doesn't it?
Who is it?
Says he knows you. A Professor Walton.
Ah.
If you're not feeling up to
No,
it.
it's fine. Send him out.
Frankenstein.
Professor Waldman, it's good to see you.
And likewise, sir. Doctor, I should say, I have not seen you since you finished your studies.
I've been quite busy.
I'm ill too, from what I hear.
Yes, I think I overworked myself.
Yeah, easy to do. Even easier when you're my age, so you'll have to watch out for that.
Hopefully Geneva is a little less stressful.
Ah, that's right. I hear you are moving.
Today, in fact, I'm just packing the last few of my things.
Well, in Gustav will miss you.
I will miss the city, but it's time for me to return home.
Of course. Time to truly begin your life, yes?
Yes.
Maybe even get married.
We'll see.
Maybe set up a small shop in town, heal the sick.
Who knows?
Trying to leave the experiments behind, I suppose. I must know.
Professor Waldman.
Please, Victor. Ever since that night, I knew the path you were headed to. I told myself that I didn't want to be a part of it. I couldn't. Yet, I have wondered. Every day I have wondered what you have been doing inside this laboratory. What you've been creating.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Please, Victor. I don't need to know the details, but humor about that. Tell me, did you do it?
Yes.
Did it draw breath?
Yes.
Oh my God, Victor.
I'm sorry, Waldman. You have to excuse me.
Victor! What have you done?
Goodbye, Professor Waldman. Henry and I left, and after a day of traveling, I was already back in high spirits. That man could make me laugh like no one else. So it was laughing and joking that we made our way back to Geneva, and straight into the heart of the storm.
Victor!
Rescue.
Thank God you're here.
You crying?
Oh, it's horrible.
What's wrong?
You haven't heard.
Heard what?
It's your brother. It's William. He was murdered.
That can't be true.
We found him down by the lake 2 days ago. He had been strangled.
Who would do such a thing? He was such a child.
I know. They arrested someone, Justine.
That's impossible. She was William's nanny. She grew up with us under this roof.
I know. It's horrible, Victor, but she confessed.
That's not right.
They found her the next day with the class that William wore, the one with Mother's picture in it.
Did she say that she did it?
She had no alibi for the night before and no explanation for how she got the class.
But did she say that she did it?
Does it matter?
It should, shouldn't it?
Knowing won't bring him back.
But it's not just.
None of this makes sense. Nothing makes sense, but thank God for you, Victor. Thank God you're here. You can't leave again. I can't keep this family together on my own.
Already my mind was racing.
Just stay here with me.
There was a fear, a quickly growing fear blossoming in my mind. Without seeing you, I knew you were here. And I knew that Justine was not responsible for my brother's death.
Please don't ever go again.
Justine had no trial. She admitted to having the class. She admitted that no one but her knew where she was in that night. And she was hanged just a week later. And on that day, coming back from the town square, with Elizabeth crying on my shoulder, I looked up at the mountains towering over my city, and far up on a cliff face, I saw a figure dressed all in black, climbing faster than it could possibly be believed. I knew.
My journey to Geneva was almost entirely in silence. I did not speak for fear of being discovered. I simply ran. I saw Lake Geneva first by the light of a full moon, and I must say, Victor, it is even more beautiful than described in the letters I took from you. I hid. And with the sound of the waves and birds' song, I slept more peacefully than I had in months. I was awakened during the day by a voice, a child's voice. It is a cold, unfeeling world. I simply saved him from having to live in it.
And Justine, did she deserve to die?
You all deserve to die! The boy told me his name. He told me he was a Frankenstein, and then my hands were around his throat. His clasp came off in my grip. As I fled, I found a young girl asleep in a barn, and it was easy enough to slip the clasp into her pocket.
She did nothing. She hurt no one.
And what an easy thing it would have been for you to save her. Victor Frankenstein, brilliant son of the most respected house in Geneva, a man of great renown and reputation. You could have told them exactly who killed your brother. One look at the body would have shown you. But you didn't even need to see the body, did you? You knew it was me as soon as you heard he was dead. And all you would have needed to say was, it was me! I created the poor, wretched creature that killed my brother! I did it! I did it!
They never would have believed me.
Well, maybe the townspeople wouldn't, but I know Elizabeth would.
Shut up.
And that's exactly why you stayed silent, isn't it? Because you know she would have believed you. She would have known in an instant how horrible you really are.
You have no right.
Victor Frankenstein, a greater monster than I could ever be. You let an innocent girl hang because you couldn't be bothered to sully your good reputation. You bastard! No! Oh, I'm not here to fight you, Victor. If I wanted to kill you, I would have already done it. In fact, I'm here to offer you a deal.
A deal?
I will not deny that I have caused you great pain. You have done the same to me. But I'm going to offer you the chance to get me out of your life forever.
I'm listening.
I'm convinced that there is no human who can ever understand and accept me. I do not wish to be at war with humanity. I simply wish to leave it behind. So you will build me a mate. Another like myself, a female of my own species. You will build her. And then she and I will go to some extreme corner of the globe, someplace where humanity dares not live. We will disappear with nothing but one another, and no one will ever see us again.
You're insane.
I am simply as you made me, Victor!
Never, ever repeat my experiments.
You will.
No.
Do not test my patience.
Go to hell! I killed all of them. William, Justine, even this thing. This poor thing. And all for what? For nothing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, even to you.
Oh, my patience is done. My tolerance is done. You are completely ignorant of the depths of my anger. But you will know. You will understand. I will have a mate. You will build it for me. And if you do not, you will all be swallowed up in the whirlwinds of my rage. I will be watching, Victor. Wherever you go. Whatever you do, I will be there. I will see. And if you do not do this for me, I will come. I will murder you and everyone you love in this wretched world, and you will die last!
It's not a joke.
Your brother died 2 weeks ago.
I know.
Well, I'm not sure you do, Victor. We buried your brother a week ago. A week. And now you're talking about leaving again?
Yes.
So I have to imagine that this is some sort of cruel joke, some terrible attempt at humor, because I absolutely refuse to believe you are actually trying to tell me you're leaving again.
I have no choice.
You are a wealthy man from a great family. You are the very definition of someone with choice.
Elizabeth.
I'm sorry, but what am I supposed to say? How am I supposed to feel about this? You don't tell me anything. You're closed off and secretive. I have spent the last 4 years doing everything I can to run this home while you were off in Germany.
Something you insisted I do.
Yes, because it was important. Because I thought that once you were done there, you'd come back. I thought you'd still want this to be your home. What am I saying that isn't true?
I want this to be my home. This is my home, Elizabeth.
And for God's sake, why are you leaving? We've never needed you here more. I have never needed you here more. Your brother is dead, Victor.
No.
He's dead.
Stop saying that. I know that. And the guilt of his death eats at me at every waking moment.
Are you just trying to escape the grief, run away from whatever guilt you're feeling?
No.
Then what? What is it?
I can't say.
Is there someone else?
What?
If you have found someone else to love, please just stop.
Elizabeth.
I can't accept it or understand it, but I would not stand in your way. All I want in the world is for you to be happy, happy with me, if you can. Happy, so please just tell me.
There is no one else for me, Elizabeth. I love you.
Do not say that and then leave again.
I have to. I love you. I have known you for most of my life, and I have known my love for you for nearly as long. I love you, Elizabeth.
And I love you. Love is not enough.
What?
If you love me, you must trust me. And if I love you, I must be able to trust you too. We cannot love one another and keep such great things from one another. If you love me, as you say, then what could possibly be driving you to go away?
I'm in danger. There is a man out there who has threatened to kill me.
Then you go to the police.
No! I can't explain everything. The more you know, the more danger you will be in as well. But this man, he has killed before. And if I do not do as he says, he will kill me too.
He's killed before.
Yes. He killed Lily.
Justine.
She was innocent.
Did you know?
No.
Are you telling me the truth?
Yes, I am.
Well, then how do you figure that you leaving is supposed to protect me? We should stay together. We're stronger that way.
It's not me you want, it's me. It's me and the thing I can do for you. So the very best thing I can do to keep you safe is to do this for you. Do it far away in England. And then come back to you when it's all done.
And that's as much as you can tell me.
Yes.
And this thing, whatever it is you're doing for me, when it is over, will you be able to come back to me as yourself?
Yes. When this is done, I will tell you everything.
Do not make me a promise you cannot keep.
I'm not. I swear it. When this is over, I will come back to you whole as myself. I'm prepared to tell you everything.
And go. Go to England and do what you must do it quickly. I accept you leaving, but I will never feel hope without you.
Sweet home, huh?
Hardly.
Are you going to talk? It's going to be a very long stay here. Hotel do creeps if we just stand around in silence.
I am not a child in need of minding day and night.
You're upset, I hear.
You're my friend, and I appreciate what you're doing.
But shut up! Of the many things you're great at doing, appreciating's pretty low on the list sometimes.
That's not fair.
You thought you could just say, there's a madman coming after me, and expect we'd all be okay with you running off to England by yourself? Are you insane?
I can take care of myself.
Do you honestly believe that?
I don't think I appreciate your tone.
Well, too damn bad.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not trying to fight you.
Maybe you're more accustomed to the heavy, it was all jokes and laughter. And maybe we can get back to that. But not now. Not yet. In case you haven't noticed, things are a little dire right now, Victor. We just got you back. And now William is gone. And you're gone again, too.
I'm right here.
No, you're not. I thought you were back for good, but now you're all secrets and silence. And that's just as bad as you being sick. maybe even worse. I know that whatever you're going through is pretty damn awful.
It is.
But you won't tell us. Not the whole truth anyways. And so we're just left to guess. And trust me, when somebody has to guess at the truth, the guess is almost always worse.
I don't think it could be in this case.
May God help us all.
Listen, the boat is here for the night. Okay? You can get on it and wait for me in London.
Absolutely not.
I don't want you more involved.
I don't care much for what you do or do not want, Victor. I will let you do your work. Do whatever it is that you're doing, but I'm going to place eyes on you every single damn day. And I'm going to make sure you eat.
You don't have to do all this.
Yes, I do.
You have done enough for me.
This isn't for you. Elizabeth is more of a sister to me than any of my own. And your father has been better to me than my father ever was. I love that. And I love you too. But this isn't for you. You seem hell-bent on your own destruction, and I can't really and truly care for someone who seems so intent on just throwing themselves off the cliff. So I'm here for them. And with the hopes that one day you'll come back to who you once were.
What if that person who I once was, what if I'm never like that again?
There's always hope, Victor. And you always have a choice. So can't you please just make the choice to do good things from here on out?
Sometimes when you're wading through hell, the only way out is through.
So what do you need from me?
There will be visitors, people delivering things. I need you to turn off your curiosity. Do not ask questions from them or me. And I want you to take this.
Jesus, Victor, what do I need that for?
Protection.
I have never fired a gun in my entire life.
I was not lying about being in danger.
I know, but I'm just as likely to shoot myself with that stupid thing as I am to shoot anyone else.
Please.
No, absolutely not. He said it was you he wanted, right? That's the whole reason we came out here, to the edge of the globe.
Yes.
Well, then you keep the gun. You need the protection. I can be a decent guard dog, but that's it. And honestly, if it gets that dangerous, well, I'm dragging you out of this dismal hellhole, right back on the first boat back to Geneva. You got that?
Yes, Mother.
Well, I guess you better get to work. And let's make it quick, huh? Been here only an hour. Already, I hate this place.
And so it begins. And this time it is both worse and better. Worse because I know the possible implications. Better because I know I can do it. And although no one else will see it, I will know I did better. I start with a clean slate, an empty laboratory, and although I'd be ashamed to admit it, I'm excited.
My dearest Victor.
My son.
The letters come as regular as clock, and along with the letters, packages from labs in London, chemists, others.
It has been 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
A month since I have seen you last, and my heart aches.
Are you eating? Are you well?
I would spend day and night in my laboratory if I could, but Henry is here. Henry keeps me grounded.
It's dinner time, Doctor. And another package.
My work is not as frantic, but I'm making fewer mistakes.
Henry tells me you are doing well, but I know he doesn't want us to worry here at home.
I told Henry I'd hit him if he lied to me about your health again.
It's true.
I often find myself staring out the windows of my lab, looking for him.
Do you really think he followed you all the way out there?
He's here. I know it. I've not seen him, but I know he's here.
No knocks at the door. No mysterious figures. It's another silent night for the guard dog.
I can feel his eyes on me, watching me, waiting.
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 I await every letter with girlish eagerness, even if I know that Henry's down and forcing you to rest.
Have my balanced formula once more, my key for preservation. Then the real work can begin.
Your work.
Work
Always with your work. I only pray one day it slows.
stops.
Will you be able to switch your mind to a different track when this is all done?
It is easy enough to find my materials.
Trying my best not to ask questions, but
Henry,
you know what they say about curiosity.
he does the best job he can. He's only human.
If curiosity kills cats, then it's a good thing I'm a guard dog.
It's an odd thing building a female creature.
Do you think of me often, as I think of you?
My mind often goes to words. Grotesque, but perhaps unavoidable.
My passion for you does not fade.
A leg, an arm, or torso, these are just materials.
I yearn to feel your touch.
Just materials, no longer human.
I dream of you.
I dream.
I dream of your kiss.
In my dreams, I'm building her here.
I dream of your touch.
My dreams often turn to nightmares. I see him coming for her, him taking
So
her.
I've begun to have nightmares.
But it is me that he wants, me and this thing.
No, I've never had nightmares before, never.
When my revulsion begs me to stop, I keep going, to protect her, us.
I dreamt you were dead.
I know he's here. I know what he'll do to me if I fail.
Dead and so far away.
And yet,
So far away I could not reach you.
the doubts begin to come.
Could not touch you. Could not bury you, but...
The doubts grow stronger.
Are you proud, my son?
You're doing the good thing.
Good?
There's always a choice.
Good choice.
You have no choice.
How many times I thought of taking a ship to join you?
Choice?
Why could be here in a week? I know I cannot. I know you must do your work. But you cannot.
What if?
Are you proud, my son?
What if she's worse?
I hope you can tell me all of your return. And yet,
She's even more violent, more unstable, incapable of reason.
a large part of me fears the truth.
What would their offspring be like, raised by such creatures?
It's not want to know. It must be terrible.
Or if it simply hates him as the rest of the world does? What if it rejects him?
My husband,
My son,
No.
come back soon.
be strong.
I know what do I do?
Come back to me.
Back home,
Back to where it's safe.
where we can protect you.
To the family that loves you. To me who loves
I
you.
can't continue.
Hurry, son.
Hurry.
Stop! What am I doing? I've walked this path before and it ended in William's death. And here I am about to do it again? No. No, it ends here. All the madness, all the secrets. It ends tonight. Do you hear me out there? I know you're watching. I know you're listening. Do you hear me? My work ends. My research ends. You were a mistake. And I won't do it again. Not for you or for anyone else. Do you hear me? It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over now. It's done. No! Oh, I knew you were there. I knew it. It's done. It's done. I will no longer do your bidding. Henry? Henry, are you awake? Henry? Henry? Hello? Oh, no! Henry, run! Run, Henry! Run!
Wept Victor. He cursed your name with his final breath.
Oh, God, please just kill me. Just do it. Just kill me, please.
I will see you on your wedding night.
Have they treated you well?
Father, are you really here?
Yes, it's me.
They won't tell me anything. I ask them questions, they won't say anything. They don't even speak the language.
Even if they did, perhaps it's best they waited. You've been unwell.
I figured as much.
What do you remember?
I remember Henry. Henry is dead.
That was almost 3 weeks ago, son. They said they found him with you. They said you carried him into town. You were raving, screaming. They didn't know what to do with you, so they brought you here.
Where is here?
London. Victor, they charged you with Henry's murder.
No, I did not kill Henry. I loved Henry.
They could find no other explanation for his death. They said they found him with you, and by the time you reached London, you were unresponsive.
I was under a great deal of stress.
They considered putting you in an asylum, Victor, but I convinced them to keep you here.
I'm not crazy.
I used every last bit of influence I had to protect you, son.
And now?
Now you and I need to have a talk, as father and son. Something we have not done for many, many years. I love you, Victor.
I know that.
And my only wish in this whole world is for you to be happy, successful.
I know that.
You strayed from the path, son.
What?
I sent you to Germany in hopes that you would come back to us, ready to live a happy life, ready to settle down, have a career, raise a family.
I got my education.
Yes, and somehow involved in some unfortunate things.
You have no idea what I've been through.
It must end.
What?
All of it. It must end.
Do you think I'm responsible for this?
I need you. I think you need to see this as a turning point. You need to see this as a sign that your life is in desperate need of correction.
I have been doing everything in my power to protect the people I love.
From this other,
Yes, from the psychopath that haunts me.
who only you have seen.
What? No. Are you doubting that he exists?
I cannot say.
Yes, you can. You can tell me plainly.
Victor, please, I am trying to help you.
Do you think I killed Henry?
I think that you worked yourself into a sickness.
Do you think I killed him?
Son.
Answer me!
I think I can only see what has been presented before me. You as a doctor should understand that, shouldn't you?
You think I killed him?
I think that being away from home, away from your family and embedded in your work like this has been very bad for you.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did just as badly. And now they'll hang me like they did Justine.
No.
And all this will stop the madness.
No, you will not be put on trial.
What?
I've spoken with the courts. I've convinced them that you are not fit for trial. I've assured them that you'll be under my care.
You told them I was crazy.
Victor, you have not been well.
Maybe I am crazy. Maybe that's the best case scenario.
Victor, please, will you listen to me?
I'm listening.
A man can do bad things and still be good. You understand?
I don't know about that.
A sin. Even a grave sin does not damn a soul forever. Now is your chance to move on. Your chance to regain control of your life. We have had so much tragedy. I cannot bear to lose you too. When we leave here, the best thing that we can do is to leave all of this behind us. Lock these terrible nightmares away where they may never haunt us again, and move on with our lives. There is happiness ahead for us. There are joys to be had. We can have that, son, but you must want it. Do you want to be happy?
Yes.
Do you want to live again?
Yes, I do.
Then stand as a man. Stand as my son, whom I love with all my heart. Together we can find that path again.
The balcony is the best place to see the stars.
And the best place to do a little reflection.
See right through.
Is that such a bad thing?
No. No, it's not. What are the glasses for?
So we can toast it. It's been almost a year, hasn't it?
A year tonight, actually. Father would rather I not think of him at all.
Oh, you're better than that. He was a good man and an even better friend.
He really was.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out here.
Yes, it is.
Would you mind a little company?
No, not at all.
Well, good. I intended to stay anyway.
I still miss him. I think I always will.
Something wrong with that? Nothing wrong with being happy too.
True.
Well, I think it's time we really had our happiness. We've had time to heal. We've been able to move past the grief. We should celebrate.
What are you getting at, Elizabeth?
Victor. Will you marry me?
You're proposing. That's a little unorthodox, isn't it?
Everything about our lives has been a little unorthodox, Dr. Frankenstein.
So you want to get married?
I want to marry you.
It's not too soon.
No, I don't want to wait anymore. We should live while we can, celebrate while we're able. They all would want that.
Yes.
Let's come back to life together, Victor. Start a new chapter.
A new life.
A new beginning.
Nothing would make me happier.
Is that it?
Of course it is.
Oh.
Wedding preparations begin swiftly. It's as though everyone was holding their breath, waiting for the moment I would say yes. My father is so happy. My Elizabeth is so happy. I'm happy, but the nightmares begin to resurface. Memories of that last night on the island, of the monster's face, and something I hadn't remembered until now. I will see you on your wedding night. Did he really say that? Or is my worried mind just playing tricks? It's been a year, and there's been no sign of the fiend. Nothing but my own fevered recollection to say he ever existed at all. Did I dream him? Overworked and ill, did I conjure him up in my imagination? With every day that passes, it seems more and more likely. And yet, even without a single sign of his presence, I awake in a cold sweat night after night, imagining his face at the window, his voice in my ear. 2 months is all the time it takes to create a wedding out of a storm. It is the happiest day of my life. And yet, even as we kiss at the altar, my mind is alert and aware, like a cornered animal fearing the teeth of a trap at every step. I do my best to keep her from her, but I know I am failing.
Well, I can hardly believe how beautiful it all was.
It all paled in comparison to you, my love. I am a lucky man.
And a troubled one? Please, Victor. Your burdens are mine now more than ever.
It's nothing. It's foolishness.
It's not nothing. It's not foolishness. It distracts and hurts you so.
I don't want to worry.
It's too late for that.
And if it's nothing,
That would be for the best, wouldn't it? But what am I here for if not to ease your mind, share your burdens?
I fear that he may return.
Have you seen him?
No. And that's why it seems so foolish, but his fear just sits there, gnawing me, tearing me.
Why would he come back?
Because he hates me.
Whatever comes, whatever happens, we can face it together.
I would not put you in danger.
We're stronger than
He is stronger than all. Do I need to tell you all that happened?
No, my love, I've told you we do not need to reopen those wounds.
I know this may be hard for you to imagine, but I have done things worthy of hatred. And this demon that haunts me, He is perhaps right in hating me as he does. And if he were to come back to exact his revenge, he might be right in doing so. I can only hope that my fear is nothing but shadows. I can only hope that I'm wrong and that he's long since fled. I don't think I can put those fears to rest until I search. I have to understand. The last thing I want to do is to leave you, to even leave this room. I don't think I can put my mind at ease until I search every hidden corner of this house. Do you believe me? Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, I believe you and I understand. Now go and put your mind at ease. And Victor, I love you. I know you're there. Are you the beast that haunts my husband?
I am his reckoning.
You killed him.
Yes.
You killed Henry.
Yes.
Whatever Victor has done can hardly compare to you. There is no prayer in existence that can cleanse the soul of a creature who would murder an innocent child.
Have no soul.
You have done enough. Whatever score you feel needs to be settled, it is over.
Do you possibly know of it?
I know he's not perfect. I have seen him cry out in his sleep. I have seen the pain that eats at his memories. You do not know his guilt. You do not see his daily struggle to simply move on with his life. I know he may have wronged you, but it is over. You have given him wounds that will never heal, and it seems he has done the same to you. So call it a draw. There's nothing to be gained from hurting you further.
I know nothing.
I know enough. I won't call for police. I won't tell him you were here. You will be free to go and do as you please, and so shall we.
You have a great deal of courage.
I have love. It is stronger than hate, stronger than fear. It is more powerful than anything you could possibly understand. I love him, and I have loved him for my entire life. I will not let you take him.
Take him?
He is mine, and you will not have him.
Take him? What made you think I'm here for him? Better than this world deserved.
Elizabeth, I searched the house. I found no sign of... No.